What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Equilibrium podcast, episode 5, I believe. And is it episode 6 actually?
No, I think it's 5.
It's 5.
Yeah.
Sunday episode today. We've been busy the past week and stuff, and then we're busy next Friday too. So the next week's episode is going to be on Sunday too. But then after that, we'll be back to Fridays. So yeah, we've got a pretty good episode today. Before we get into the episode, make sure you follow us pretty much everywhere. We're everywhere right now, except for Twitter. I still got to create a Twitter account. I'll do that eventually. Just search the Equilibrium podcast and search for our logo. It's the same logo for everything, and you'll be able to find us. Let's get right into the show. So the first topic we have is Black Lives Matter in sports. See that we over the past few days the NBA started, and there's been a couple of cases where player Jonathan Isaac and then Greg Popovich, the Spurs coach, didn't kneel during the national anthem. What are your thoughts on that?
Also, I just read one of the players on the Heat, Myers Leonard. And I mean, what are my thoughts on that? I don't think players should be vilified for choosing to stand, as long as they support the movement and do in a meaningful, non-symbolic way. Symbols matter, of course. Kneeling matters. Wearing the Black Lives Matter t-shirt matters.
Didn't one of them not wear the Black Lives Matter shirt?
Yeah, Jonathan Isaac didn't wear the shirt.
Yeah,
and he didn't kneel either.
Yeah,
he's also Black too.
Yeah,
I wanted to note that his reasoning was that he's all about doing things that are tangible and that have meaning behind it and that are of action, not just of symbolism. And I could agree with that. It's just that if everyone did that as a collective group, like as a whole, it would have a detrimental effect. Like the purpose of them kneeling and the purpose of them wearing the shirts is to bring attention to something and to make people feel uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
So if everyone were to not do that, then you're not bringing the appropriate attention to it, and you're not making people uncomfortable, and you're not making people want to have difficult conversations that they should be having.
Yeah, I understand where they're all coming from with not kneeling and stuff, but like if you're not doing that and everyone else is, you're like bringing light to the people who don't support the Black Lives Matter movement, and they're like, this guy isn't kneeling and stuff like that. So I just think he should have done, like they all of them should have just kneeled. Like it's not a hard thing to do. Like
it's got to be something where like you agree to it. You agree, whatever you choose to do, you have to agree to it as a collective group, because you have to show unity in a time like this.
Yeah.
Like, for example, I disagree. Like, I don't think the name things on the back of the jerseys are really effective.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Yeah.
Because it's not like, first of all, the NBA gave them a list of names that they could wear instead of them being able to.
Yeah, they should be able to pick what they can put on the back of their jerseys.
Exactly.
I know maybe they did discuss going back to the kneeling. Maybe they just discussed as a team, and he probably stood up and told him that he wasn't kneeling and stuff. But like watching like Matisse Thybulle's vlogs and stuff, like every episode he's got like a section about like, well, not every episode, but at least like I think like a couple episodes ago, it's like a whole section of him, Tobias, Mike Scott, and everything, talking about like Black Lives Matter and how they can help and stuff. So maybe he did, and all of them did talk to their teams and the reps and stuff, and they did mention about. I think it's just it's just get caught, I guess, caught off guard when the fans see it,
Yeah.
live, someone standing up.
Mhm.
So I mean, I like I'm sure all of them, support the Black Lives Matter movement and everything. It's just I think I would have liked to see them kneel, even if they didn't want to. Like you
Yeah.
said, when you're a collective group of people, it's more, it's you're getting your point across more.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is that yeah, it's about the action you put behind it, but not everyone's action is going to get the same attention as, like, say, a LeBron James. When
Yeah.
LeBron James takes action in the community, cameras are around him. He gets the publicity, he gets the attention that
Hmm.
um, he deserves when he makes a donation or when he opens up a school like the Promise
Yeah.
Academy in Cleveland or in Akron. I mean, but a guy like Myers Leonard, he's not going to get that kind of media coverage if
Yeah.
he makes a donation, builds a school, or funds recreational programs and communities. So his impact, he can make a greater impact. He can make a big impact
Mhm.
on the court before the game, kneeling or wearing that T-shirt. That will get the attention.
Yeah.
So he should take whatever opportunity that he can take to make that impact. And
Mhm.
if that's just through symbolism, he should do it. His symbolism should be followed by action, but unfortunately his action won't get the coverage that it
Yeah.
deserves. You following what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine if LeBron James stood during the national anthem.
Well, it would be if LeBron James stood, he can still, even though I don't think that's a good look,
Yeah.
he could still fall back on the fact that the things he does in the community get a lot of attention.
Hmm.
And you can't deny what LeBron has done.
No, you can't deny what
Even
he's
if he
doing.
chose to stand, at least he's doing things of substance to back up his
Hmm.
ideology. So if he stood there, I could still say LeBron is still like
He's done
down.
more than enough to help
Yeah,
the cause.
you want to see the symbolism come.
Hmm.
You want to see that symbolism. The symbolism is meaningless if there's no action,
Yeah.
but when your
I think
only
that's
opportunity to
that's
make
what
an
uh
impact is
I
through
think that's what
symbolism.
Jonathan Isaac was trying to prove. I guess he was trying to prove that symbolism is great, but if there's no action, it's gonna fall on deaf ears.
Mhm.
So I think that's what he was trying to, I guess, trying to get across by standing.
Yeah, I mean, LeBron has done stuff like LeBron doesn't chose to keep his last name on his jersey.
Yeah,
He didn't take one of the names that the NBA threw out there
yeah. They
because
should
he
have they should have
had,
let them choose what to put on the back of their jersey.
yeah,
Not have to select names on the jersey.
yeah. I think they
And
had 30 names they could choose from.
yeah, I know. Jimmy Butler tried to go on the court without a name on the jersey, but they sent him off to get a new jersey.
Yeah. I
So
mean, that would have been some. I like that idea. I like that
yeah,
idea better than see some of the phrases that they have to choose from. To me, they just don't even make any sense. Like us, we saw
there's the one about the man.
"I am a man,"
Yeah,
um, the word ally. Um,
and they're so like broad. The names like I don't know. I want some like more like names that really like get your attention. You know what I mean?
yeah, like put Breonna Taylor on the
Yeah.
back. Put Trayvon Martin. Put Tamir Rice. Put Sandra Bland. Put those people in there.
Like
Don't
you're looking at those names now, you're like, okay, like yeah, I want all of these things to happen, but like I want those names to be cutthroat and to the point of what you're trying to get at.
Let the
Like you
people
said.
know exactly who you're
Yeah,
talking don't sugarcoat it. Don't water it down. What is me reading the word equality on the back of Chris Paul's jersey gonna do?
yeah.
Nothing.
Nothing.
So I don't know. I can't be too harsh on the NBA
I think they've done
because
an overall pretty good job so far.
yeah, at least they're trying real hard.
Yeah.
So I can't be too harsh on them. Like at least they're trying. The NBA, the MLB, they're definitely doing
Struggling.
something. But I'm talking about. I'm not even talking about Corona. I'm talking about in terms of like Black Lives Matter. MLB is doing something now. I guess they kneeled before the national anthem.
That's
Uh,
about it, really.
but like they're not even. No other sports league is putting up the effort that the NBA is putting up. It's
Yeah,
not.
The NBA has put up a tremendous effort so far, and
They've done it for years too.
yeah,
They've never
yeah,
discouraged. They've never discouraged their players from speaking their minds, speaking up. I remember when Trayvon Martin got killed. LeBron was on the Heat, so this was years ago now, and they him the whole team came out with Trayvon Martin shirts.
yeah.
Kobe was wearing one. When Alton Sterling died with from strangulation,
Mhm.
Kobe was wearing an "I Can't Breathe" shirt back then.
They've
So
been doing it for a
they've
long
been
time
doing it
now.
for a long time. So props to the NBA. Shout out to the NBA.
Yeah, that's why it's only been what the first games, so I'm excited to see what they can do for the rest of the bubble.
Yeah,
They're only gonna do more stuff, and I think it's a great platform to promote awareness.
yeah, I know because people have nothing else to
Yeah.
watch.
So yeah.
Um,
So
Speaking of,
without that, how's the viewership been?
for the opener, the restart opener, Lakers versus Clippers.
That was the second game, I think.
That was the second game.
Yeah.
That was the that
Jazz
was
Pelicans.
that was basically the opener.
Pretty much, yeah. No, yeah. The first game, yeah, that was pretty much the opener.
That's pretty much
Lakers, Clippers, yeah,
that was the marquee game.
yeah, of the first day. Yeah.
Uh, it averaged 3.4 million viewers, so that's pretty good.
Do we know like what the average of a Lakers Clippers game usually is?
Viewership was up 109%
Oh,
for an
okay.
NBA game.
There we go.
Yeah, so
So, yeah, people are watching. I mean, what? There's nothing else to watch, I guess. But
I mean, there are a few comments on Twitter that I see here where a guy named Charlie Kirk, whoever this guy is, he says, hilarious to see black NBA players who make millions a year take a knee to try to tell us black people can't succeed in America. Kick them out of the league. Done watching the NBA. So there's people like that out there.
yeah,
Um, he doesn't get that. Not everyone, not all those black guys that make millions of dollars in the NBA
hmm,
are as recognizable as LeBron James, where people would no
yeah,
matter no matter if they're racist or not. If most people out there, if they see LeBron James, they're gonna fanboy over him,
yeah,
right? They're gonna gather around, try to get an autograph or something.
yeah.
Even LeBron James at that has still experienced racism. I remember a few years ago, he had a property in LA that got
Oh,
vandalized.
I remember that. Yeah,
So even LeBron, even the best player, the most recognizable
the face
face
of
of
the
the
league.
league, still faced racism.
Yeah,
But like where I'm going with this is some a lot of those players just look like regular people. Like I'm pretty
mhm.
sure if you like didn't know who they were, if you
Like
like
I don't know the 8th or ninth player on the team
If
coming off
they
coming
were
off
walking the
the
street, you exactly. If they were walking the street, you just think they're
Yeah,
regular, right?
like
So
I didn't know who T.J. Warren really was till he put up 53 against Sixers yesterday.
exactly. But if you saw him on the street, you just think like, oh, he's a black guy.
Yeah.
So people would treat him as such,
Hmm.
right?
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah. When you see LeBron, you know it's LeBron.
Yeah.
Even if you're,
Even if
I
you
can't.
don't watch basketball, you know who LeBron is.
I know. Yeah, exactly. I can't guarantee this. I don't want to overgeneralize, but even people that are racist would like
They would.
straighten
Yeah.
LeBron. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I know what you're saying. Yeah.
They would be like, "Oh, that's
I need that
LeBron."
autograph from LeBron. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. They're not doing that for T.J. Warren.
No, 100% not. Yeah.
T.J. Warren to that racist person is still just some N word.
Mm-hmm.
So, so
I,
this guy on Twitter saying, "Oh, because they make millions of dollars, trying to tell us black people can't succeed." When those players step off the court, you don't know who they are. They're
yeah.
just anyone else to you. So they still face those same things. They all do. Even LeBron James.
Yeah. Even the best player, the face of the league, still faces those issues.
So it's and then like you got people like I see another person on Twitter making a point to thank the NHL because no players in the NHL kneeled, which is fine. If that's what the NHL wants to do, that's
Yeah.
fine. That doesn't take away from like what the NBA is trying to do.
Yeah.
You know, first of all, the NHL is taking place in Canada,
Yeah.
so so kneeling up there might there's like a
Yeah.
disrespect
Yeah.
you don't want to do when you're in another country.
Yeah. When you're not holding up a country, playing the sport and stuff, it's like there's a whole different laws you have to abide by for that.
It doesn't mean you shouldn't bring awareness
Yeah.
if you can,
And
but
I hope the NHL is bringing awareness.
I don't think that's really their thing, honestly.
Yeah, I feel like they kind of do their own thing.
But you know what though? That's why it's not why, but they don't have a connection. They don't ingratiate themselves with
Yeah.
black. They don't.
Yeah.
And that's because of several things. One being that the there is no best player in the league in the NHL that's black that people can like follow behind.
Yeah, people can't relate to
Golf,
it. Yeah.
exactly. And golf, black people follow golf now without Tiger Woods being there. But the reason
Yeah.
why they follow is
It's
because
because of Tiger Woods. Yeah.
like black people know who Bubba Watson and Rory McIlroy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because
They don't have anyone to follow in hockey.
exactly.
Yeah.
And he doesn't make it. They don't make themselves welcome to black
Yeah.
people. So it doesn't surprise me. It is what it is. If that's the way they want to handle it, then that's
Yeah.
fine.
I don't watch hockey. I mean, I just watch the NBA, and I'm happy so far with what they've done.
Yeah, I don't watch hockey. I wish they did. I wish they took a page out of they should take a page out of NASCAR's book though,
Yeah.
because they still have black players. They're not the best in the league, but they still have them. Just like how in NASCAR they have Bubba Wallace, and he's not the best
Yeah.
driver, but they still make sure they do something for equality
Yeah.
or some message. So I don't know if I don't want to say as if NHL hasn't said anything because I don't know that. I need to do my research on that. But they certainly haven't said it loudly for
Yeah.
people to hear, you know.
I mean, all over my Twitter feed, like I follow all the sports accounts, and I've seen none of them post about NHL. It's all been about NBA.
Yeah. So I mean
So,
that's where they want to go.
so the NBA is definitely making their voices heard, and I think that they'll continue to do a great job, and I'm excited that besides the point that finally I can watch some basketball.
Yeah. Some of the quality of basketball
Some
yesterday.
of the games have been close.
Yeah, some of the games have been close. That Mavs Rockets game was amazing.
Crazy.
If you like scoring, then you like that game. If you like defense, then that game was terrible.
Yeah.
There was no, they weren't playing defense. But I mean, some of the games yesterday were bad too. Honestly,
The
um,
games yesterday were probably the worst so far.
yeah, yesterday's games
Yeah.
were terrible. Um, the Utah, what game did we watch? Utah,
Utah, OKC.
OKC.
OKC blew them out.
Yeah, but
And Clippers blew out the Pelicans.
yeah,
The Lakers lost, and then the Sixers lost. Which Sixers whole different story. Screw Brett Brown, he needs to go.
they
That's all
had
I'm
no
saying.
they had no business losing that game.
I
Uh,
feel like I was someone telling me this after T.J. Warren got his career high. Feels like everyone who plays the Sixers gets a career high.
yeah,
Brett Brown doesn't know how to adjust his team during a game, or I mean, like I don't know. I think like after that game, I know it was the first game of the restart. Like I was optimistic about it. I just can't see us.
I don't put that on Brett Brown though. Not solely on it is on him. Don't get me wrong. It is on him. It's on him because his players don't respect him, and you could tell because
Yeah,
they don't play hard. But at the same time, as a player, like
the Sixers.
you gotta command respect from the other players on the other team. Like Ben Simmons, come on, bro. You're supposed to be the best defender on the team. Pick up TJ Warren
Yeah,
and don't let him get 50. You gonna let TJ Warren get 53? TJ Warren. You
dude.
know, there's only been 5 players that have gotten 9 twos and 9 threes. Kobe, James Harden did it 4 times. Steph Curry, KD, and now
T.J. Warren. Wow.
and he did that on Ben Simmons. Come on, man. Ben has got to like. I'm starting to not to get too far off track. I'm speaking as a Sixers fan now. Ben,
That,
your
that was a lot.
little leash time that we've given you to prove yourself, that you still have your time to develop, but you're running out of time, bro. Like you got to start.
The whole running out of time. Like Embiid, like he had a good scoring game, but like you could tell that he's so relaxed. He's so
Yeah,
casual.
there's no sense of urgency.
Yeah. And Shake Milton, like he looked like a G League player.
Yeah, like there's come on, like if I'm Ben, if you because they don't respect Brett Brown, I'm like, listen, I'm not playing the four no more. I'm in the middle of the game. I'm like, I'm not playing the four no more. Give me the ball. I'm taking the ball
Yeah,
up. Take the
honestly,
ball out of Shake Milton's hands.
dude, Shake was awful.
It was terrible, yo. But Ben Simmons, do you think LeBron is letting that happen?
Nah, he
No,
ain't letting that happen.
LeBron is gonna be like, all right, we're throwing the game plan out.
He ain't letting T.J. Warren score 53 points.
Come on now. Like Ben is supposed to be this. Everybody was saying when he was coming out, Ben Simmons is this like generational type player. He's supposed to be
The next
amazing.
LeBron.
Exactly. Like, and he's not turning into Andrew Wiggins. I'm not gonna say that because that's a little extreme. He's definitely turning into he's just turning into like a good player. Like
Yeah. Yeah, he needs to step his game up. Hopefully. We'll see.
there's no reason why Ben Simmons is only scoring 19 points a game.
Yeah, he needs to be scoring more.
He needs to be scoring like 25, 26, 27 points a
He
game.
should have the ball in his hands, honestly, like every possession.
Yeah. Until they get a proper point guard,
Yeah,
he needs the ball.
100%. Yeah,
Jake Milton's not it.
he's not it, man. You could tell, like, yeah, he had like 39 points, etc. Like when Embiid and Simmons were injured, but you
Yeah.
could tell that he was not it yesterday.
They should have kept TJ McConnell.
He was
Honestly.
he played good.
Yeah, he played well. He only played 17 minutes. He had 10 points and 8 assists in 17
Yeah,
minutes
he played good. Should have kept TJ.
instead of milk Milton.
And Brett Brown, yeah, please leave.
And the players got to take control too. Like,
Yeah,
and
definitely.
you got to feel if you don't if the coaching isn't there, you have to take matters into your own hands. Honestly,
Yeah.
basketball is a game where you could power yourself to a win without coaching.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Coaching matters. I'm not trying to disrespect coaching, but you could get yourself a win.
Get yourself by with a win, yeah.
Yeah,
100%.
it's not like football where you're waiting for a coach to call a play call in your ear.
That's true. Yeah.
Um,
All right. Well, I think that's it on the NBA for this week.
yeah. Sorry about that. You fired me up a little bit because Ben is really, I don't know what's wrong with him.
Everything on that team.
He's not. I don't get it.
No, yeah. We'll see. We'll see. First game back for the restart. Hopefully they can get their act together. Play the Spurs tomorrow, so should be a win.
Yeah. Yo, Ethan, let's stay on the sports tip. Let's instead of jumping to what we were gonna jump to next. Let's jump to the MLB real quick.
All right, so yeah, so season started, and the Marlins have 20 confirmed cases of the coronavirus, and the Cardinals have 4 confirmed cases. Obviously, Philly games postponed. Multiple other teams' games are postponed because they're playing the Marlins and the Cardinals and stuff like that. But that is crazy. Like the season is definitely at risk. Like it's definitely at risk.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have a bubble like the NBA. It's pretty much like a normal season, pretty much without fans. I don't know how. Like it's a lot harder. It's a lot harder to do with baseball to have a bubble and stuff. But like I don't know how to do it really. But like the season's definitely at risk right now.
Dang, there's a lot of things I want to address with them. First and foremost, I'm not a huge baseball watcher, but I do watch baseball though. Like I don't. It's not like the NHL where I just don't watch it at all.
Yeah, I don't really watch baseball at all, to be honest. So
I watch
the World Series. That's about it.
I'll put a Phillies game on in the background when I'm doing homework or something.
Yeah, sometimes I'll do that. Yeah.
Or I'm personally I'm a Yankees fan. I grew up watching the Yankees. I'm from North Jersey originally. I'm a Yankees fan, but I support the Phillies because they're the hometown team here too.
Yeah.
So, like I'll go down. I've been to a couple games. Like I'll go down to
a few Phillies games. I've been to Xfinity Live to watch Phillies.
Yeah, and I enjoy it when I do it. I'm not like I don't follow like that though. But baseball is just the MLB is the worst organization in American sports. That's a strong statement, but they are. They just they don't get it. They don't get it. They treat the game. I'm not even talking about Corona right now. No. I'm gonna get it. They just treat the game like it's so old. Like it's played like how it was played back in like the 80s, 90s.
Yeah, they're too stuck in their traditions.
Yeah, they just had too many traditions.
You have to
Like,
change the times.
what stuff like you can't celebrate, you can't flip your bat without somebody getting mad. Like all these unwritten rules, and then like, bro, you're gonna hit me. You're gonna hit me with a ball at 90 miles an hour? What? Like to me, that's just like that's stupid to me. Like I mean on purpose too.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna hit me with a ball, like a hard. If you've ever felt a baseball,
Yeah, that
you
hard.
know, like, you probably like kill somebody with a baseball.
Yeah,
Honestly,
if you hit him right in the head or something. Yeah.
like, and then like I can't take my bat and hit you.
Yeah, I know.
Like it's just these. It's too traditional. It's too stupid. They fail to adapt. MLB is lagging behind like all these other sports. Just to put that out there. One, two. With that being said, uh, the commissioner's management skills are just as good as his ability to adapt. Where I don't know why you couldn't just have all the teams go to their. I know it's in Florida, but go down to their spring training facilities,
Mhm.
right? And just keep them down in their spring training facilities.
That's a good.
You're only
Yeah.
you're only going to a couple parks. You're not going all over the country. Have them stay in a hotel or a bubble situation, like a hotel bubble, like
Yeah.
rent out a couple hotels within the same vicinity, and have them just go from the hotel to the spring training park.
That's a good. Yeah, that's a good
Why
idea.
wouldn't you do that? Why can I think about that and Rob Manfred can't?
They're too
That's
busy. They're traveling the whole country. I mean, and even on like the teams cases, like you were telling me that the Marlins had a vote before the Phillies game or something. Like
yeah, they have
that was like four or something confirmed cases, and they had a vote if they should play or not, and they voted to play.
yeah, they had 4 confirmed cases before the first Phillies game. Or the second, before the second game in the series. They had 4 cases that they knew about as a team.
And they voted to play.
They told the league about it though. This
Yeah,
is what
the league
I just
right there should have stopped it and been like, no, you're not. Your games are postponed. You're not playing for.
apparently the league was like, what do y'all want to do? And they were like, all right, we're gonna put it up to a vote.
That's not. Damn.
There shouldn't be an option to play.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. And then after the game, you got 18, you got 17. I think no, it was 14. That increased to 15. That increased to 17, and then
Not
now we
20.
got.
Yeah.
Um, the scary part about COVID is that
Yeah.
you
The
could have
incubation period.
positive right away. You could
Yeah.
have it be asymptomatic.
Like 2 weeks, and then yeah.
You're spreading it still. You're still spreading it.
Hmm.
It's not as spreadable as when you do have the symptoms, but you can still spread it though.
Yeah.
Um, so those Marlins players could have been infecting. The people that have it now don't know about it, and two
Yeah.
weeks later it's gonna pop up, and now the whole Phillies roster.
The whole Phillies roster has it, and then yeah, like it's
And then like the Phillies are about to play the Yankees tomorrow. They might not test positive before the game. They might still have it. They might give it to the Yankees. Now 20 of the Yankees has it. The Yankees go play their next team. Now 20 of the other teams.
just gonna
That's
go
how
around the whole league pretty much. It could. Yeah.
it starts, man. So this
I,
thing should
they
one location.
should postpone the league for like like for like a month, and then like figure out get a bubble like the NBA. It's a little bit harder with baseball to do that, but like I said, do the spring training facility, just get a bubble like the NBA and sort that shit out if you want to play the season.
Yeah.
Because
Just do it.
yeah, at the rate it's going right now, the season is not gonna get finished. It's barely even started. So
Pick all you have to if you don't do the spring training facilities thing, you could have picked 2 cities or a couple like 2 to 4 cities within the same region that aren't far travel, had selected teams or divisions or entire divisions to stay in a city,
Yeah.
play each other in that city. So New York has two teams. New York has the Yankees and the Mets. They have two stadiums. You could have picked 8 teams to stay in New York, split 4 teams to one stadium, 4 teams to the other stadium, and played games solely in New York, traveling from the stadium to
Yeah.
the hotel. Because New York's a big place. It's hard to stay in a bubble there. But if you only limit travel between point A and point B, that's a bubble. That's still a bubble too,
Yeah.
because you're not going outside of that. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they could have done. They could have had a bubble.
They could have figured something out that's better than what they've done now.
The NFL is going to be in the same boat. The NFL is
Yeah.
going to do the same thing. So that's another incompetent. If the MLB is the worst
Yeah, the NFL's the
league,
second worst.
NFL is the worst league.
Yeah.
They're so I don't know. I don't get
We'll
it.
see. We'll see what happens with both these things. As of right now, the MLB is struggling. We'll see what happens. See if the season becomes a risk.
Yeah, the NFL should choose. It's hard because you got 32 teams. They should spread their games out. Honestly,
Yeah.
they shouldn't do Sundays anymore. They should do full weeks. Like you get to play games from Monday to Friday, and that's week 1, right? Choose up to 3 locations where you're playing these games.
Yeah.
So each of the games should be, to me, I think, put it in like a dome. So like the Saints, that would be kind of unfair though, because then the Saints would have a home, like basically like home field advantage, I guess. All right, pick 3 neutral sites, right? Pick 3 college.
Yeah.
Pick
Pick
3
3
college,
college. Yeah.
right? Have teams assigned to those college stadiums where they're only playing there, and have them play more games throughout the week and not just on Sundays. Because sometimes there's sometimes there's 8 games going on a Sunday, right? More than that.
Spread it out more. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, they already kind of do it. They already play games Thursday, Monday,
Yeah.
sometimes Saturday, sometimes Sunday. So you could still do it. You could do it like that, except nobody's going anywhere. We're all going to be in the house every day.
Yeah.
It would be nice to have football on Tuesday and Wednesday. So have week 1 start on Monday to Friday, or Monday to Saturday. Play 2-3 games Monday, 2-3 games Tuesday, so on and so forth until you get all.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Maybe I should be the commissioner, bro.
You should be, honestly. Yeah, sign up for that.
Should be the commissioner. Because I can't think of stuff like this. Like, why do you have to travel from? Like, why would the Chargers come all the way from LA to go play New England in Boston?
Yeah, it just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah,
especially all this going on right now. That
you could definitely figure something out. Like, it doesn't even have to be like a stadium football field. Like, it could be like any football field, any baseball field. Like,
yeah, it doesn't have to be an NFL stadium.
Yeah.
The NBA isn't playing on NBA facilities. They're playing on high school players play where they're playing now. AAU tournaments happen where they.
So like, I feel like
You said you might have gone. Didn't you go down there for soccer?
Yeah, I went down to the ESPN World of Sports, whatever it's called, for a soccer tournament. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where the MLS is right now. They're there too.
Yeah. So
like, I don't get why those 2 sports can get it right, and then the NBA, the NFL, and the MLB can't. Like, Why can't they get a bubble? It doesn't make
because
sense.
the leadership's not there.
Yeah.
That's why. I mean, Roger Goodell is terrible to
Yeah.
me. He's the most unreasonable commissioner. He had to apologize to Kaepernick because he couldn't see what Kaepernick was talking about the first time. He just put out some bogus letter the other day. He's just Goodell is just all over the place. He's not consistent. Sometimes a player will commit domestic violence and they'll get 2 games. Another time they'll get 8 games. Another time they'll get suspended for the whole season for
Yeah,
doing the
it
same.
doesn't make sense.
So I don't get them.
So yeah, we'll see what happens with both those. Football starts at what, September 5th, 4th,
Yeah, something like that.
something like that. So we'll see. Speaking about coronavirus, do we have an update?
Yeah, we do.
What
Country
was it
current
last week?
last week. Let's
Like
see.
3.7 or something like that.
I'm bringing it up now. Last week, episode 4. I didn't write down the numbers for last week. It was definitely in the 3 millions. I
I think
think
it was 3.7.
3.7.
I think, yeah.
Uh,
Around that. It was around that last week.
okay.
So this week,
This week, we're at 4.7 million cases. So trusting Ethan. No, I think you're right though. I was at 3.7. I think we added over 1 million cases in a week.
yeah, give or take a couple 100,000 maybe.
Yeah. We're at
Um,
157,000 deaths.
yeah,
So we added almost 10,000 more deaths because last week we hit
yeah.
the 150,000 milestone.
Yeah, we're jumping at about 1 million a week now, which is crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy, but
No, yes, I mean we've been on this podcast. Well, this is the 5th episode we've been talking about this now, about what you everyone can do, what we should be doing, what we should have done. So we'd really be beating a dead horse. Like, go watch our previous episodes if you're still skeptical about the coronavirus.
I have to beat a dead horse though
You
because
have to
people
beat it. Yeah.
don't listen.
Yeah.
Uh,
So I mean, what I gotta say is wear a mask everywhere, even if you go to a place and they say you don't need to wear a mask here. Wear a mask there. Like my gym, you have to wear a mask in, but you don't need to wear a mask while you in like the actual facility, which doesn't make any sense to me. But yeah, I still have my mask on and everything.
mhm.
Like, wear masks, social distance. Yeah, be careful. Don't be out till 2 a.m. at a bar, because some bars are allowed to open till 2 a.m. now. Like, um,
Mhm.
yeah, it's okay. Like, I get it. Yeah, we want to go out still. Like, we got to go to the grocery stores. Like, yeah, I'm gonna go to dinner with my family, my friends, and stuff. But like, I'm still gonna take the precaution to wear a mask, socially distance, and not do anything that's gonna put people at harm of getting sick or anything.
The mask is like a seatbelt.
Yeah,
In your car, you're not guaranteed to get into an accident, and in fact, it's not likely that you're going to get into an accident. But you still put the seatbelt on anyway.
yeah,
Just
that's a good point. Yeah,
not likely that you'll get coronavirus when you go outside, but you still put the mask on just in case. So
yeah,
put the just like how you put your seatbelt on when you get in the car.
yeah.
I'm not gonna get into it more than that because I've said a lot.
Yeah,
Make sure you cut that little portion that I just said and post it.
yeah, I'll post it everywhere.
Post that for future reference because I'm done talking about it.
Yeah,
Because
so do it. Just do it. Honestly. All right. So we got 3 more topics for this episode. Got the Trump election, TikTok ban, ban. I don't know if that's happening or not. And some little known Black history. Let's start with the Trump election delay.
So Mr. Trump,
He
so
wants to
Mr.
push the election back.
What's that?
But he wants to push the election back.
Yeah, Trump tweeted the other day that he wanted to push back the elections because he feels as though the write-in, the vote, mail-in ballots
Yeah.
will cause voter fraud. You'll see more voter fraud. My thing is that if we're dealing with COVID right now, the numbers are where they are: 4.7 million confirmed, 157,000 deaths. When are we ever going to get to a point in the next 5 months,
Yeah.
5 months, where it's safe to have people going out to polling places in large numbers? This is the general election that we're talking about, not some local
Yeah.
election. This isn't a primary. It's the general election. We're not going to get to a point where we can do large gatherings for another year. Philadelphia has canceled any type of organized large gatherings until February 21st, 2020. I would include going to a polling place and waiting in line with other people as a large gathering, wouldn't you?
Why can't I vote using my phone? Like
Uh,
there's several like blockchain companies that my one friend has worked with, and I've tested, voting with a phone in U.S. towns, and it's been very successful. Like why am I allowed to do that?
ability.
Like why can't I vote using the phone, or why can't I choose what I do? Vote using the phone, mail in, go vote by pressing the button.
Hackability.
Yeah,
That's why.
but it's 2020, right? I feel like you should be.
I mean, we got hacked anyway.
Yeah.
Doing it the traditional way.
Yeah, that's true.
But that's why it's too, when you're dealing with servers and all that stuff.
But yeah, this I feel like it's pretty absurd that we are in 2020, haven't figured out a better way of mailing in or going and pressing a button to vote for president of the United States, etc.
We should be able to use our phones, but the government is too vulnerable.
Yeah.
They've proven that they're too vulnerable. Russia, whatever side you're on, I don't want to get into it too much. There is no denying that Russia did something. They did something. I don't know whether it was to help. I have my opinion, but I don't know whether it was to help or I don't know.
So
But they did
maybe
something.
what we should do is make the vote, extend the voting period. So do it over. I don't know, how long is the voting period again? Like, I don't know. Yeah.
You vote on one day.
Yeah. So do it over like a 2-week period, and have, if you're healthy people go in and vote. So and then have people who are, or groups of people who are unhealthy, they vote from home and stuff. Like, I feel like I don't know.
That's not gonna fly, Ethan. I don't think so. It's not gonna fly with liberals.
Yeah,
Because they want this guy out.
I know.
And they want
I want him out too. Don't get that wrong.
they want this guy. They want him out. They want him out quick.
Yeah.
They're not gonna want to. They're not gonna want to wait.
Well, he's down in the polls right now, right?
That doesn't matter to me.
Yeah.
Honestly, he was down in the polls last time.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
I mean, he's down a lot though.
He is.
I think this is all about him being down. I think he thinks he's about to get blown out.
I think so too.
Yeah. So he's trying to do
trying to do everything in his power to
He's about to get cooked, bro. Like he's about to get smacked.
It's a
I don't.
shame that the person replacing him like
It's,
is
it's
Joe
Joe.
Biden.
Yeah. Um, our political system doesn't give us good options in the end
hmm
because of the two-party system. The parties, in my opinion, I know we get primary elections and stuff like that, but the parties will push who they want to push, regardless of what the voting looks like. Because
Yeah.
Bernie got a lot of votes, but I believe the Democratic Party, the DNC, the
Yeah.
Democratic National Party, I believe that they wanted Joe. I believe they pushed Joe more than they
hmm
pushed Bernie. I think that I think people saw a lot of Bernie, and the DNC saw that people were seeing a lot of Bernie, so they were like, "Nah, we gotta push Joe more to put Joe in people's faces and
Yeah.
get him more." They're gonna put out who they want to put out.
Yeah.
Just like the Republicans, it came to a point in 2016 where they saw Trump had a lot of weight, and they were like, you know what?
Yeah.
Let's push him
For sure.
past. Let's push him past Ted Cruz and Marco Rubio and all those guys, and let's make him the face.
Mhm.
They're gonna make whoever the face of the party they want. They're just gonna push whoever they want to push. So, but if you get rid of the two-party system, you don't have to deal with that.
Mm-hmm.
If everyone is just an individual, you don't have to deal with this because you have people who are cowards that won't stick up for what they actually believe
Yeah.
in, and they'll just fall behind because they don't want to upset the face of the party.
Mm-hmm.
Just like the Republicans, in my opinion. Sorry if you're a Republican listener. That's just sorry. They're a bunch of spineless. Uh, they're just spineless and gutless. In Congress, to me, they don't want to do anything to upset this guy, even though they don't actually believe what they're saying or what they're voting on. They don't want to upset this guy, and that's what it comes down to. They don't want him to get on Twitter and say something bad about them.
Yeah.
Because it might affect their ability to get reelected for their seat or something like that. So
Yeah. We'll see.
this ain't CNN or Fox News or MSNBC. I'm not trying to get too political, but this is about tough topics. And if you're a Trump supporter, that's on you. But that's just it's how we feel. Sorry.
Yeah. Honestly. Yeah.
Not apologize for that.
So
The guy's an idiot.
he is an idiot. I mean, he is. I mean, simple as that. So
Give him credit where credit is due. He didn't. He took an economy that was already on the rise. He didn't destroy it totally. I mean, did he make alterations I don't agree with? Yeah, but he didn't destroy it. So I'll give him credit for that. But I can't look past Kung Flu. I can't look past him talking to black people and saying, "What do you have to lose? You're pretty much already pieces of shit." Like I can't look past that. I
yeah,
can't
there's
look
some stuff. Yeah. Yeah. Some of the stuff that he's done, man.
the making fun of the reporter, the good people on both sides.
Oh my god, there's so much. There's like a history book full of stuff.
I can't look past that. So I'm sorry.
So yeah, that's what's happening in politics.
There was a time where the president was supposed to be honorable, was supposed to be the most eloquent person in the country. He was like, regardless of if you agreed with their policies, the president was still
Should have a charisma about himself. Like,
still carried himself like a gentleman,
yeah,
But that's not happening now.
it's
So
not happening.
It is what it
It
is what
is
it is.
what it is. Talking about governments, TikTok is supposedly going to get banned. We're on TikTok, by the way. Watch our clips there until it gets banned.
Well, you're not on TikTok
So
anymore.
we appear not on TikTok. uh, so it's obviously the app is from China, as Trump would say.
Is it Chinese ran? I don't think it's Chinese like government ran though. I think it's just a Chinese company.
Yeah, I don't think it was Chinese. The Chinese government created.
It would seem it's very weird that Chinese government would create an app like this.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe is it? I don't mean I don't. I haven't really researched much about TikTok.
Can't be. I'm looking it up now.
The thing I've got to say about TikTok is that there's so many apps and stuff that steal your data and do all that kind of stuff and have data collection. Like it's so like similar to other apps and stuff. Like
Yeah,
I remember the whole thing about like Facebook back in the day about like them stealing data and stuff like that. And like, I mean, how do you think like you're on Google and like you like research something or you like look something up in your phone and then you go head to Google and there's things in your recommended section about what you search and stuff. Like it happens like everywhere.
happens on I when I'm on Instagram, I
Yeah,
get
it
ads all
happens on every app.
Instagram knew I started working out
Yeah,
because I started getting ads for
yeah,
pre-workout.
for real. So like, I think the only reason this is gonna getting banned because it's a Chinese-run company. Um, did you find out if it's the government,
Private company. It's
private company?
based in Beijing. Um, it was founded in 2012. Um, I don't.
Yeah,
I think maybe the controversy is that they collect personal data. I don't know if they're sharing it with the Chinese government though. I don't know if that's a thing.
yeah. I don't know. Like, I mean, yeah. I mean, it
I
sucks
gotta
that
do more research on that.
they do that. I mean, I got to research that more. I mean, yeah. I mean, it's not going to be the end of the world if it gets banned. Honestly, like it sucks if you have a following on TikTok and it's getting there. But there's just going to be another app that's going to come out in the US probably that's going to be the exact same as TikTok.
I don't think TikTok has to go away though. I think they're looking to sell it to Microsoft.
No, that was a thing, but I don't think that was. I think that was like a load of bullshit that was happening.
Really?
Yeah, I think. I think so. Yeah. Like I thought I saw something about Microsoft acquiring TikTok, but I don't think that's happening.
I I think there's interest. I don't think they're I don't think they've done it or they're
Yeah.
close. But
So we'll see what happens with TikTok. I mean, he wanted it closed. He wanted it banned as early as yesterday. I don't. It's not banned yet. I believe. I can still get on it. I think you'll still be able to see our clips next week. It looks like
why does he want to ban it though?
because it's a Chinese-run organization, probably
Or because he doesn't like the content that's on there?
both.
He tried to get Twitter banned. He signed an executive order either last month or 2 months ago that hinders Twitter's ability to regulate certain functions on there. I forget what the executive order was, but he signed something.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they fact checked him, and he didn't like it. So um,
So we'll see what happens with TikTok. If
yeah, I like TikTok. Sometimes I send TikToks out to people.
it's funny, some of the videos are funny. I mean, um,
They're creative. I mean, as long as Twitter is still here, because Twitter is.
yeah, Twitter's undefeated. So some of the memes on Twitter, the Kawhi Leonard.
I don't even tweet like that. I just get on Twitter just to look.
I just look at. I don't tweet, but I just go on there to look.
Yeah,
That's where I keep up to date with sports. That's where Kawhi Leonard meme the other day about him walking to the game.
yeah.
The best one was But he was walking. The caption was "walking to financial aid."
When you're, I saw like one where it's like when your mom tells you come outside and help with the groceries.
It's so good.
Yeah, yeah. Twitter is the goat.
So yeah, you know, if TikTok gets banned, there's just going to be another one that's made. It sucks if you put up a big following. Like, so I feel sorry for you guys.
Mhm.
Hopefully, it doesn't get banned for you
Yeah,
guys. But you'll see. All right. So, on our last topic today, we're not doing mental health today. I know I said I want to do it every week, but next weekend, no, next Sunday, which is our next episode, we're gonna do Tyson Fury. We said that for the past couple weeks, but we're gonna take some time to talk about Tyson Fury because his story is, really good about mental health, how to like deal with it, and how he dealt with it. So we're on to our last section of the day is little known Black history. Uh, Last week was Onesimus, right? That was his name, Onesimus.
yeah.
This week,
One's
Onesimus, and this week is something else. What do we have?
We got the Tuskegee syphilis experiment conducted by the U.S. Public Health Service. This experiment spanned 40 years, started in 1932 and ended in 1972. This experiment involved the untreatment or mistreatment of syphilis in African American men. 600 men participated in the study. 399 of them had syphilis. 201 of them did not. People have told me a couple different things about this, that they were injected with syphilis, and
Yeah.
I've looked into it. I didn't see anything where it says they were injected with anything.
What did you say this took place?
1932,
What like city or?
Alabama, Tuskegee University in Alabama,
Okay.
historically black college.
Yeah.
Um, I think the men had syphilis.
Mm-hmm.
They weren't informed of their diagnosis purposely.
Yeah.
So the U.S. Public Health Service wanted to observe how syphilis uh, behaved,
Mm-hmm.
and without telling these people that they actually had syphilis.
Hmm.
So that's not good.
It's crazy.
Yeah. They led these people to believe that they had quote unquote bad blood,
Bad blood.
which just means like several ailments, ranging from like some people had mental illness, some
Yeah.
people death, just a bunch of ailments
Mm-hmm.
that had as a result they had because of syphilis, but they were telling them that nah, this is totally unrelated, or so
So pretty much what they just inject him in or just seeing how syphilis reacted in their bodies, I guess.
yeah, they were using them as like human guinea pigs.
Guinea pigs, which I guess, yeah, 1932, that seems about right because that's about the time where, the Germans and stuff were, obviously, it wasn't about black men and stuff, but they were doing their experiments by themselves about other stuff. So, yeah, it's,
Mhm.
no, that's messed up. I mean,
It's basically like um, they wanted to see if it reacts in us just like how it reacts in you.
some white people, right?
But guess what? We're both human beings.
Yeah. Yeah.
It doesn't know it doesn't know what, just like coronavirus, it doesn't know whether you're white or black.
Yeah.
It just knows that you're a human being. It's going to affect you the same way, right?
Yeah.
So these men, even though the doctors
Mm-hmm.
involved in the study knew that they had syphilis, it went untreated. Even when penicillin came around in the late 1940s, they didn't administer
Really?
penicillin.
Yeah. So like, what
So,
happened in like the end? Like, how did it stop? How?
well, in the end, well, hold on 1 second. Sorry, the families ended up the people who died from it. The families ended up finding out, and
Yeah.
they filed a lawsuit. Only $10 million was reached as a
Mhm.
settlement, which is not, to me, study of 600 people, uh,
It's a lot of
300,
people.
399 of them don't know that they have
Yeah. Yeah.
syphilis. $10 million is not enough.
It's not enough. Yeah.
Nothing is enough because
Yeah.
you can't
Can't take. Yeah.
take that back. You
Yeah.
can't.
Can't take back lives that died because of it.
But the families, the wives, the offsprings were all provided with medical health benefits
Yeah.
and afterwards in
Yeah.
1970. Um, the last participant of the study died in 2004. Uh, that's it.
Crazy.
Crazy.
Well,
These are the things, man. These are
yeah.
the things
Things
that
that no, I had no idea that this happened. Like,
these are reasons why people feel certain types of
yeah,
ways.
yeah, 600 black men got tested on.
And honestly, as someone going into healthcare, I could tell you that African Americans, especially African Americans in low income communities,
Mm-hmm.
lack a great amount of trust in their healthcare providers, and it's because of stuff like this.
Yeah,
They're not sure. They're not sure that they're getting treated
yeah,
appropriately.
treating the
It's
same.
more
Yeah,
likely that Black women die during pregnancy than white women do. It's more likely that Black women go in to the emergency room with the same ailment a white woman would go into with, and won't get the same quality
yeah,
of treatment that the white woman would get.
and it's
Uh, Black people have issues with believability when they go to the doctor. When a Black woman complains about pain, the nurses
mm-hmm.
don't believe them the same way they believe white women.
Yeah,
This is the thing. Like,
it's
they
just
just don't. The medical community has not gained or acquired the trust
mm-hmm.
of the African American community like how we should.
Yeah. That's why we need to bring light to this, the history of the medical field and
Mhm.
what they've done, and it's just that I'm happy that you told me about this. I have no idea that this happened.
Yeah, I mean, this is right.
Not surprised though.
This takes place a couple, maybe a decade or two after the Black Wall Street incident that I'm going to talk about probably next week. These things, man, penicillin coming out as a treatment option, and you still don't administer
Still done
penicillin.
and that's
Um, and this isn't like it's 100 years ago or anything like that.
mm-hmm.
This is only like 60, 70 some, 80 something years ago. So it's not like it's too far back in the past. It only ended in 1972. It's 2020. That's not too far off. So, and then $10 million.
So 1972, so it was 40 years of
Yeah, it's not that long ago. The last person to die from it was in 2004.
yeah,
So 16 years ago. So these things are still very fresh wounds. These are
that's not long ago at all.
so we got to do better. There's a reason why there's a mistrust
Mm-hmm.
on all aspects, on all fronts. This one just happens to be on the medical front, and it's ran by a study that's a government agent. The government. This is a government agency we're talking about. It's
Yeah.
U.S. So
So that's
that's a
that's
little known. That's a little known Black history for today.
So yeah, that's that for today. Got Black Wall Street next week. You told me a little bit about that already. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a crazy one next week.
Also,
Talk
Oklahoma.
about, huh?
Also, Oklahoma.
Yeah,
That's located.
and we'll talk about Tyson Fury and mental health next week. And I'm sure there'll be more, stories on the MLB, more stories on the NBA, and maybe TikTok will be banned by then.
Brown and Taylor's killers are still out there.
Yeah, let's leave it on that. Breonna Taylor's killers are still out there, and wear a mask. See you guys next week, Sunday, and then we'll go back to normal. And what?
Put your seatbelt on.
Put your seatbelt on. I'll see you guys next week. Bye.